Kare's High Frequency Wellness. I'm Kare Possick, and today I have something that I think everybody needs to know about. I have a product and a person to share this information with you, Jim Barnett, that everybody needs. Everybody needs. This is the most revolutionary product on the planet today. I'm not saying that lightly. I've been on it, my family's been on it, I've got thousands of my friends on it for over a year. And the kinds of physical, mental, emotional changes have been life-changing. And so take a deep breath, smile at yourself, answer this question. If there was a product that could reverse your age and everything along with it, would you want to know about it? I thought so. So I want to introduce you to Jim Barnett, who has been working with a huge science team to bring this product and technology to us today. Jim, welcome today. And I would just like to ask you if you could share with us, why is this so different from everything else out there, and what it does?
Well, let's just start with, what we're used to. What we're used to is products, concentrate vitamins or herbal remedy or these kind of things that have a directive. This does that. This substance does this. This one alters that, or it helps do this or helps do that. And I think the major difference here is these are plant extracts from the Mediterranean mountain ranges, therefore no contaminants, very pristine part of the world, studied for almost 50 years on how to combine plant extracts from food, raw food plant extracts in combinations using small amounts of each one of these plants. There's about 42 of them that allow combustive quantum physics, in other words, small amounts that make a huge impact on the body and mind through what the blood directive understands how to use. And all it is food. It's, a lot of people say, but can I take this with, I'm taking medications and is there any reactive property? Okay, well, what about this? And what about that? Well, can I take it if I do this? Yeah, you can. It's like asking me, can you eat celery before you go to bed? This is celery, alfalfa, garlic, dill, red raspberry, black cherry, great mullein, greater burdock. Now, some of these you'll recognize, some of you don't. Astragalus. They're all plants that are food to the body that the body understands as food.
But it's my understanding that this is not the whole extract. This is just the most active, high frequency, potent parts of those plants. Is that correct?
Yes. In other words, they did a study on what parts of each plant would be the best that the blood could recognize to do one thing, to get the microcirculation system. And let's just talk a minute about that. The microcirculation system is the little bitty carriers of blood in the body. Like 75% of your body are these little bitty carriers. You've got the veins, arteries, capillaries, but you also have these little bitty ones, like 100 times smaller than the human hair, that carry blood. And as we age and we do things to our body voluntarily, smoking, drinking, the things, fast food, the stuff we should not do, or involuntary.
Just breathing air, we're getting.
Yeah. And that would be involuntary, like, like toxic stuff in the food, pesticide, herbicide, and they've proven organic or not, it still hasn't. This is a way to get the body what it needs to get that system open and clean. If it does, then the blood has a better directive to feed every cell in a better way the oxygen and nutrition it needs to be vibrant, to be the best it can be.
Talking about microcirculation, my husband is 80 and his circulation has been very bad. And by day 2 of using this spray, this is a spray, by the way, you spray it in your mouth, 4 sprays, 15 minutes before you eat. By using this spray, by the second day, he got warm, and he's been cold for years. He could feel that microcirculation open up. I mean, that's so critical.
It is critical because everything depends on the blood. Life is in, if you believe the adage that life is in the blood, then the smaller ones. See, you run into people, I run into people all the time and say, well, I'm doing just fine. I feel just fine. Yes, but we all know voluntary and involuntary things we do to the body and the mind through what the blood directive cannot adjust to. In other words, little poison, little fast food, little drinking, a little smoking, whatever people do, or the environment, breathing in the air that's got contaminants. This is a way to get those out, to clean it up, and to allow even better response from the body and mind through the blood being delivered, because every cell in the body needs oxygen, the right amount of oxygen nutrition. You may be getting an ample dose right now, but we can make it better. And that's thereby how this reverse aging comes from. And let me just talk about that a minute. 5-year study with 1,500 volunteers from the United States, most of them had pre-existing health condition problems. And we were able to, in a different time frames, because everybody's different, to reverse the biological age. That means the age on the inside by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, even almost 30 years in a short time frame. What if you could go back 10, 15, 20, 25 years to the way things used to work in the body and the mind? If you could get this microcirculation system open. Is there anybody else on the internet or otherwise that has this capability with this 50-year study of combining these extracts? No. So are you going to do it with concentrate vitamins? No. Or the new elixir of herbal stuff? No. It's going to have to be the right combinations of these extracts that they've already tested through third-party blood analysis, that it's effective, that it helps get the microcirculation system open.
It's my understanding that this research team, when they started out, their whole focus was on finding the cause of aging and then finding a raw natural plant product that could reverse it. And I understand that, well, Anna Aslam, who is the director of the Institute of Gerontology, that was the original study that this stall has come from, and that what they found was the cause of aging is inflammation. But inflammation is a normal part of the healing process. So what happens? Why doesn't it go all the way to the end of being healed? And it's my understanding that it's because of the microcirculation getting so clogged up that it can't go away. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. And let's just think about it. If a lot of these, 75% of your body is this way that it delivers to every cell in the body the right amount of oxygen nutrition. And these are 100 times smaller than the human hair. Let's say that again. 100 times smaller than one human hair. How long does it take for that to get clogged with the things we do voluntarily or involuntarily to the body and the mind through through these little things that carry blood? Not too long. So, and not much poison, not much toxicity, not much fast food, not much drinking, not much smoking, not much environment stuff. Doesn't take too long. So when people start this, and I always say, yeah, you can do it one time a day, because $79 a month is our monthly thing, that's where you can take it one day at a time, 4 sprays, 15 minutes before any meal of the day. But I have found over years that if people will do our packages of product where they start the right way, 3 times a day, 4 sprays, 15 minutes before every meal. And let's say you don't eat 3 meals. Let's say you eat 2 meals a day. Well, then do the sprays, 4 sprays, 15 minutes before eating a banana or a cracker, something to get the saliva juices going so that it's the optimum. And people ask me all the time, what if I don't do it? Well, you still get the effect, but the science team says the directive of eating afterwards, 15 minutes after, because they found that's the optimum use of this. The body can utilize it better.
So 15 minutes before a meal, 3 times a day, 4 sprays, 3 times a day. I mean, I'll eat something in a minute. That's how simple it is. And it opens up the microcirculation. So inflammation, the cause of aging, and almost all of our problems go away. And that puts those nutrients from these 44, 42 master molecules from these plants right into the bloodstream, into areas of the blood that haven't been even open for a while. And
That's correct. That is correct. And we have a lot of testimony that's come through, and I think you have a man that sent in his testimony. And I would like to show, if I don't know the visual on this, but we can at least get an idea. His story is he had problems with breathing for the last 12 years. He's had problems with his heart for the last 12. He said it was getting worse and worse over the last 12 months. And he started with iHeRQles, like there's a picture of him at the end of the first part of February, and then like 5-6 weeks later, and the dramatic difference in his torso and how it raised and his color and how he looks is dramatic.
It's amazing. Let me show you this picture. See if you can see the difference. One was January 29th, and look at how pale and gray and weak he looks. And then the other one is 6 weeks later, how he's pink and filled out. I mean, his body structure is different. His face is different.
Yeah, see on the one on the left there, as you're looking at it, on the one that says 29th of January 2021, you can see that the body looks emaciated. It looks like he hasn't eaten good. And it's because the blood is not delivering the oxygen and nutrition necessary to keep that vibrant. On the other picture on the right there, March, 14th of March 2021, which like maybe 5 weeks later, 6 weeks later, you can see the torso it looks like it almost raised. It's not the raising. I'll tell you what it is. It is that the body's receiving the oxygen nutrition to the cell structure better because of the opening of the microcirculation system. So has he in effect reversed the biological age? Yes. And if you did the DNA blood test, you would find out, yes, he has reversed it. I would say in those 5 weeks, probably 10 years. I mean, it's dramatic, the difference in how it looks.
Looks like it to me too. And I mean, when I saw this picture, it was like, I can't believe that happened in 6 weeks. This is a whole different body. And it's not just physical. I mean, his face looks older. I tell everybody when they start this, take a picture. People have been watching me over the last year and a half, and they say I'm getting younger. They're watching me get younger. I'm going to be 73 next month. And I have so much energy, Jim. I'm on the phone day and night, 7 days. I mean, I've never had this kind of energy, but when my head hits the pillow, I am in the deepest regenerative sleep. And mental clarity is like, whoop, almost everybody is saying their brain fog is gone and they're just focused in. And I'm more intuitive, more creative. I mean, this feels like it's just taken me to a whole new level of health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
It's, for me and in 2010, before I knew about this, I had back trouble. Sciatic nerve problem. I hurt my back when I was younger. L4 and L5 under x-ray were in bad shape. They told me just if a little bit more damage and I might not be able to walk. When I came to the science team in 2013 to the maybe 2014, 2013-14, in that area, they told me that the bones would totally replace in 7 years, every cell of the bones. And so they said, just start spraying it, don't stop. And I did, because I wanted to, I guess at that point, a little bit skeptical, but I had nothing to lose, what, $79 a month. Well, it was more expensive back then. It's $200 or $300 a month. But I wanted to give it a shot. And I can tell you, had I stopped in the first 2 to 3 years, it would not have worked for me. Maybe year 4 or 5, I have no more sciatic nerve pain. No more problems under x-ray. It's regenerated because the blood has delivered the oxygen nutrition, not only to the cells, but the bones are cells. The bones are made of cell structure. So everything depends on this oxygen nutrition being delivered through every cell. And if you can do that in a more efficient way, things can change for you and your life.
Jim, I'm bone on bone in my hip, and I've been praying for something to regenerate it because I did not want surgery. And I couldn't put weight on my hip when I started this. And I'm walking fairly normal. I mean, every once in a while there's a little twinge, but it's not been 7 years. But it's already regenerating.
Mhm.
My husband, who's 80, oh my gosh, two conditions that he had, one with blood sugar and one with his heart, that the doctors, both two different doctors said, this will never get better. It will only get worse. It'll probably be the cause of your death. Both of them have reversed.
Yeah, and here's what I want to say. We don't make any medical claims on what this is. Should people come off their medication? Of course not. If you want to know about what's happening with your body as you get the system open, because the blood is the directive, and you find things changing, you might talk to your doctor about these changes and how it's helping you. Is there any chance of interaction with drugs or an allergic reaction or any of that? Not a chance. This is food to the body in extract form. Be like me asking, are you sure it's okay if I eat red raspberry, black cherry, and celery, alfalfa, before I take the medication that I'm on? Yes, I mean, it's food. And this is food directive for the blood to get the microcirculation system open. And that's what it is. No more than that. That's what it is.
The thing I like about this, I've been in natural healing and energy medicine for 50 years. And this is the best of the best of the best. This hits at the very root of every one of our illnesses, every one of our issues, every one of our aches and pains. When everything is open and flowing and nourished and cleaned, I mean, nothing else cleans the blood either. And
yeah, no, it doesn't. And so this is in the simple form. We did that 5-year study using a third-party lab started by people in 2010 that won the Nobel Prize on the subject of anti-aging, reverse aging qualities of the telomere, which is the end cap on the DNA. That means that those get shorter as they progress through your age, then bad things happen. This supports the system to allow the biological age reversal. I just got one thing to say about this, and we could end with this. If there was a spring discovered in your town of clean, clear, cool water that tasted good, it was good for you, no problems, no reactions, no allergic reaction, and they proved through third-party blood analysis from the lab started by the people that won the Nobel Prize on the subject for reverse aging, and you could have things work like they did 10, 20, 25 years ago by just spraying this in your mouth and continue to do that to keep this microcirculation system open and clean. Would you do it? Or would you stand by and say, well, no matter the pictures, no matter the proof, no matter the third-party documented proof, I'm just not going to do it. The problem with that is I'm not the only one that suffers that obstinance, that neglect of the information. My family's subject to my decision. And so now my whole family doesn't get it. And I just want people to understand this is a directive studied for 50 years, plant extracts that can make a tremendous difference by helping reverse the biological age with absolute third-party documented evidence that it's absolutely true. What do you have to lose? A couple of $100 to start to get the 3 sprays a day, 4 times, or 4 sprays 3 times a day. And then once a month, we even have a program that if you'll relate this information and 2 of the other people that you care about in your life decide, there's a $45 automatic discount on the $79 a month. So totally affordable by everybody. It's an absolute fact. Third-party documented evidence and testimonies coming in every day of stuff I've seen for 8 years. Be crazy to do without it, because this is a breakthrough in a new direction of health with reverse aging as the aspect that's absolutely true.
Amen. It is. This is the most important message you'll hear. This is the most important product you can put in your body and the safest, cleanest thing you can put in your body. And if you're interested in trying it, just call me. We will be happy to share this with you. There's 3 different programs, ways to get started, to fit every price range. And Jim, I am just so thankful and grateful that you've been involved in this and that you've shared this and brought this to the forefront so we can reverse our ages and our conditions and live healthier, stronger lives and do what we're put here to do. I've got energy to do what I'm put here to do. And this is an important time. We need to be healthy. We need to be strong. We need to be clear in our thinking so we can make the right decisions. And this is a godsend in my mind. And I hope that you all will take us up on this offer to try it and do the best thing you can do to reverse your biological age and look and feel better than you have in a very long time. So I'm glad you listened, and I'm saying blessings for your health, and we'll talk with you soon. Bye now.